Hello everyone, I'm Joey, and tonight I have a really fun card in a card funfold for you that I'm excited to share with you. It's easy, anybody can do it. You can use any stamp set you already have. I'm going to show you how to make it with a couple of different stamp sets actually. So while you're coming on, it takes Facebook always a little while to have people come on. So I'm going to just get my computer pulled up here so I can see your comments. Sometimes it takes a minute to get it to come up. There we go. Okay, so that's my computer. And then my iPad is right in front of me, and I have to have that on too. Hi, Kay. Have to have that going as well so I can actually see what you're seeing. I can see it in the computer, but I have to look a little, I have to turn my head and look a little further away. There we go. So when you come on, oh, thanks for sharing, Kay. So when you come on, I'd love for you to say hello and share where you're from. I always start with that. I know a lot of demonstrators do that, but it's nice to know where you have fellow crafters. And your other crafters that maybe haven't watched for a while, they might be wanting to know that you're nearby too. So it's just a good way of connecting. You know, location is always kind of a uniter of people. Hi, Diane. Okay, you could say a little prayer because tonight Facebook has changed all the configurations. So the things that I used to click to get you to face down to be the right direction, those are all gone, of course. So we're going to try a new way to do this, and hopefully it'll go well. If you're watching on YouTube and you enjoy what you're watching, first of all, welcome. And secondly, if you enjoyed the video, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel, click the like button, and the little bell that notifies you when I've loaded a new video. And I do it once a week. Sometimes it's Tuesday night, sometimes it's Wednesday night. But I've been trying to be very consistent with that. Oh gosh, Diane is in the emergency room with your husband. Oh my gosh, oh no, okay. I'll be praying, Diane, definitely praying for him. Oh goodness, yes. She's asking for us to send her good thoughts. That is Diane. Oh, that's Diane. I don't know if I said Diane or Kay. You both came on right away. So, yeah, we'll be praying. Definitely be praying, Diane. Goodness, I'm so sorry to hear that. Okay, we're going to try this new experiment. So instead of going upside down like you usually do, you are going to see me. Hello, Kelly. You're going to see actually my backyard. Well, that's if I can find the tool. So wait a minute. Maybe this is, hold on. Oops. This is probably the way it's going to go tonight. Okay, so here's, I think, the tool. Let's see. Okay, you're going to see my backyard. Okay, so now we're going to flip the phone the other direction than we normally do. And you're going to see a whole bunch of other stuff. Let's stand right there. And let's see if we can get you to where you can see my workspace. Okay. And hold on a second. Have to tighten everything up. Hi, Kathy. Nice to have you tonight. Thanks for joining. I was just explaining that Facebook has changed all the prompts, all the buttons, so we're going to see. We're going to see how this works tonight. So I will be able to see you in my iPad, but I won't be able to see you on my phone. So, but that's okay. Usually I actually can't see you on my phone. Let's see if we can get this to go, the camera to go back just a bit, and then we should come forward just a bit and see how we're doing. That looks pretty good, I think. Okay, excellent, perfect. Okay, if you were watching last week, when you comment and share, and a lot of you even share my posts about saying that I had to change my night, and you share that, which I just am eternally grateful. So we made this card last week. This is all the washi tape, and we used the Best Witches bundle and the Bewitched bundle to make this, and the Aspen dies, which were at that time available as a celebration for a $100 order, and they sold out actually that night right before it went live. But this is going to, oh, thanks, Liz. This is going to Kay. Kay, this is you for sharing and commenting. And just to let you know, every time that you do share and comment and do the thumbs up and the hearts, that all helps my video get seen more. And it also helps other people know what we're doing, and they might like to come along and watch what we're doing too. Okay, just a little bit of an update. So I am attempting to earn the trip to Norway. I have a ways to go, actually quite a ways to go, and I'll show you that chart in a while. But I've done a few pop-up classes this month in order to get myself over the finish line. So one is this, Kindest Gnomes and the Dies. So this is my pop-up class for this Saturday, but you can also take it to go. So if you want to take it to go, tonight is actually the last night to sign up for it because I'm ordering for it in the morning. So I'll show you the cards. And for this class, you get a lot of products. So you get a half a pack of the paper. This is a fourth of the pack, but she'll get a whole pack of the paper. So if you haven't seen this, it's super adorable. I love these little deers. And then this one, so here's something really unique, and I did this for a card I'm going to show you later, but I just cut out, you can cut out these mushroom houses, the gnomes houses with the dies in the set, and you can also cut out these little gnomes with the dies too. And the reason I bring that up is, first of all, it's really convenient, but the second thing is that the gnome stamp set is not available right now, which is so odd. We rarely, sometimes we do have our stamp sets go unavailable. We more often have our dies go unavailable, but the dies are in stock, so you can order the dies. And in my email that I sent to my customers, I said that they could add the dies to their registration if they wanted to, and that I would pay the tax and shipping. So if you register through the email that I've sent this week, it was yesterday's I think, but I've sent it more than once, so you can add the dies on, and I'll pay the tax and the shipping. Then you get that paper, and then you get the pack of the fine sparkle gems, and I'll show you the cards. So this is, I can't tell if I'm in the picture or not. Looks like I need to, hang on, I'm going to move my camera just a little bit. Let's move this up and see if that helps a bit more, like that. I'm trying to keep my sleeve and everything else out of the picture. It wants to just tilt down. I don't know why. Anyway, so these are the cards. A couple of them are fun folds. So there's this one. There's a fun fold with the pattern paper. And this one, I just cut these guys right out of the paper. For that's just a regular fold. And this one is a regular fold. Because you know what? Some of these are thank you sayings, so they're not all Christmas. In case you were thinking, well, I don't need another Christmas set. There's really only one Christmas greeting. This is another fun fold. I used, this is the sparkle paper. I don't know if you can see the sparkle paper or not. And this one is another fun fold. And same thing, I just cut the little guys out of the paper. So it's not a horrible thing that you can't get the stamp set right now. I know we like to get the stamps and the dies to match, but at the same time, but I'll give you free shipping and handling on that, and no tax. I'll pay all of that if you're interested in it. Now I'm going to, some of your comments aren't coming through. It's just not working well, is it? Okay, hang on. I'm going to do this again. All right, this is going to really shift the camera for a minute, so hang on. I'm going to go this way and this way. So if you get motion sick, don't look. okay? I kind of shifted the whole way it was sitting in the holder. Maybe that'll be better. Is that what you were talking about, Kelly? Let's see. Shift this a little bit this way, maybe. Okay, let's see if that's better. Still doesn't look great. All right, hang on. One more adjustment. Sorry, you guys. I have to do things completely differently than I'm used to doing them, so it's probably going to take me just a touch longer to get where you can see well and where you can see everything. Let's go down just a touch there. Let's see what happens. I don't know. I don't think I'm getting any better. Hang on, one more. If you're watching on YouTube, you just go ahead and you just fast forward through this part till we get this figured out. Because I have to even put my phone holder in a whole different position. Usually it's at the top of my desk, and right now it is, that looks a little better. Right now it's to the side of me, so I have to adjust it in a different way too. Okay, let me know, just put in the comments that you can't see, because right now I'm standing up so I can kind of see what you're seeing. But if you, when I sit down to stamp, we won't be able to see it. So right now I'm going to pop in the comments the place to register for the Kindest Gnomes class so that you can find it in the comments. And you'll have to scroll for it. And if you're on my email list, you can find it there, but I just put it in. So hopefully, you'll have the link there. And then, it's coming up. Yep. Okay, so that's good. So we got that. Okay, good. I don't know if you saw anything I was trying to show you. Did you see the cards? I'll show them again quick. So this is the, looks like I'm a little better. This is one of the fun folds. This is regular, I cut everything out of the paper there. This one is another fun fold. And this one is another fun fold. This is the sparkle paper. Okay, good. You guys keep me posted. I'm watching your comments because I can't get up and look. I can see on the computer. And this is the thank you card on this one. So those are the 5 cards that you'll get. You get them all the supplies for that. I cut and do all the die cutting for anything that's not in the bundle. And then you get a half a pack of paper and the gems. And that is actually free with a $35 order. So all you have to do is order $35 on my website using this code, and this is the last night for this code, so it does have to be tonight, or you can email me. You can always send me your order and I'll get it in for you. So I'm distracted with this phone situation. I'm sorry, probably not making any sense at all. Okay, I think we're better. I think we're doing better. Okay, we did, but you showed again because they're so cute. Okay, well, you got to see them twice then, so that's good. Okay, so let's go ahead and get on with our card. So I'm going to grab, let's see, I got to find all my stuff. Okay, here we go. I still feel like the phone keeps moving down. It doesn't want to really stay. If you're watching me on YouTube for the first time, or even Facebook Live for the first time, it's usually not this rocky. It's usually a pretty smooth transition. I'm sorry about it. I'll be better next week. I did practice. I actually practiced twice. Hopefully, we're going to get this figured out. Okay. I think we're good, but then I always think we're good, and then the phone starts drooping or moving. All right, let's go ahead. I'm going to give you some measurements for this. So this is a card. This card base is 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, and it's scored on the long side at 5 1/2. So it makes this kind of flap like that. Can you see that in the camera? So that's what it looks like. And then this is the other card that we're going to put on the inside of this card. And this is 3 by 8, and you score it at 4. Does that help? Okay, hi Mary. All right, so that's those measurements. We're not going to do anything with those for a minute, though. We're going to focus on this piece. And your designer series paper is 2 7/8 by 3 7/8, and that means also the inside of your card will be 2 7/8 by 3 7/8, of which I thought I cut myself one, and it doesn't look like I did. So we're going to grab a little piece of paper here and my cutter. Oh, I was going to say, if you take the gnomes class, if you haven't signed up for it yet and you want to sign up for it, if you take it and you don't live in Lincoln or nearby, you do have to pay an extra shipping charge for me to ship it to you, but your class is free, and then I'll ship all your class to you. Let's see what I say about this. 2 7/8 by 3 7/8. So, I'm already a little bit under on what I'm offering for the class just to make it a special deal for you. But I can't really pay for the shipping because since it's a whole half a pack of paper, it, let's see, 3 7/8, it takes $9.60 priority mail. I always ship my classes priority mail because I just get afraid they won't get there. All right, so, or they might not get there. Let's go ahead with this one. This is the inside, so let's just go ahead and put the inside in this. I'll try and watch your comments on my computer to see if my phone is moving where we don't want it to move. I'll just try and keep watching. So this is the card that's in the card. That's probably pretty obvious. So we're just going to put the inside there so we have something to write on. And then we're going to go ahead and put this this designer series paper on the outside. I don't think I need to I don't need to do anything more with that. We're going to wrap ribbon around it, but we don't have to do that until we're ready. So we got that. The other class I'm offering that also has a due date tomorrow, I'm ordering both of these classes tomorrow, is my candy cane, sweet candy cane class. I'll show you those cards in a minute. And we're using that tonight. So I can show you how to make this. And I've got several samples to show you. Oh, thanks for sharing. Hi, Chris. I've got several samples with this full. So I'll show you the candy cane class. We'll let this dry for a minute. I'm going to go ahead and, oh darn, I should have probably, too late. I was going to say I should have wrapped my ribbon around that. Well, we'll make it work. So you can center in the middle of this card with the flap down instead of trying to figure it out with the flap up, because it's going to be centered anyway, so you'll be good to go. That's a little crooked. Let's try and line that up. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So we'll leave it there. So anyway, the candy cane class, you get, that's $35, and with that you get, unless you need it shipped, and then the shipping is the same, it's $9.50. With that you get a half a pack of the candy cane paper. This is really cute paper. It's real red, sweet sorbet, and garden green, mix of those. And there's pool party in it too. So you get a half a pack of that paper, and then you get these are called something like seasonal self-adhesive back sequins, something like that. And then you also get a pack of the paper. Now remember, with the gnomes class, you get the class free with just a $35 order. This class is also $35, but it's not free with an order because I'm structuring the pricing different, because, as I said, I'm kind of a little underwater, just slightly on the gnomes class, but I wanted to offer something to kick off my gnomes to Norway special that I'm doing to try to earn the trip to Norway. well, I'll just talk about that now, and then we'll go through the cards. So this is my special that started the 1st of September. So I made this little jar, and all the tickets in here are people that have ordered. They've either signed up for a class or they have put in an order since September 1st. So if you order from me or you sign up for a class, you get a ticket in the drawing. In the drawing, here, so I put this way. Can you see the little guy a little better? Like that. And so the first prize, what I'm going to draw these on September 24th, is a $50 gift certificate. The second one is a $40 gift certificate, and the third one is a $30 gift certificate. So because you're helping me, I want to give back to you. So I just wanted to make sure I pointed that out to you. And then I'll show you where I am. So I am... This says Baltic Incentive Cruise, but Stampin' Up! Changed it to Norway, so all the literature looks like that. So this is where I've come all year, and then I think I can get this last 3,000. I've got at least one team member that might promote, and probably will promote, and possibly two. And anyway, I've got this covered, but I do have to get from here to here by the end of September. So that's $5,000 in sales. And then this will be a team promotion or two down here that'll get me there, but that has to be pretty much downright sales. So when you take a class or you order from me, that helps inch me down to get closer to this. So I'm really grateful. I wouldn't even try this because that amount of sales is about twice what I normally make in a month. Last September, I was in the same position, only actually worse. I think I was maybe down here, and everybody was so supportive that I went from here all the way to here last year, which was my highest month of sales ever, which says to me people were just trying to help me, which not just, I mean, that's not a just, but I do really appreciate it. So these are the cards for that class. So this is a Stamp-A-Stack, a Christmas Stamp-A-Stack, and you're going to make 8 cards. So 2 like this, 2 like this, 2 like this, and then 1 like this. I don't know if you can see, I used the sparkle paper, and 1 like this. That's the red sparkle paper on those 2. So those are the cards you'll make if you take this class. And again, I need to know tonight, you can always just message me. And if you're on my email list, you have my email as well. But you can just, or write in the comments even. I always go through the comments when I'm done to make sure I didn't miss anybody's questions. Okay, let's go. Let's keep going. The silvery ribbon stuff. Oh yeah, Kelly, that's in the annual catalog. So you can get as much of that silvery ribbon as you want. Everything I used on it was current. I didn't use anything that you couldn't buy. Okay, so let's go with the ribbon. Oh, the other thing I do, which I already sent out a batch of these this morning. I give a tutorial bundle every month, and this is a bunch of other demonstrators and I get together, and one of the girls puts this all together. We just submit our projects. So there's 33 projects. There's some Halloween, there's fall, there's annual catalog, there's Christmas, there's pretty much everything. Here's a baby card. So it's 33 projects, and like this is the first one, and this is a fun fold. They're really beautiful cards. And anyway, so, and there's directions and good photographs, and just, I think that was another fun fold. No, that wasn't a fun fold, but I didn't print them all because it's a pretty huge document. You want to just download it on your iPad or your computer. So, rather than printing it. But you could print it. You definitely could print it if you wanted to. But that goes out to everybody who puts in a $50 order or more. And I just sent some of those out this morning. I tried to send it out close to the time you order. Oh, we were going to do ribbon, weren't we? get distracted. There's so many things going on right now. I haven't even talked about the Perfect Partners special that's going on right now. While I'm tying the ribbon, I'll put that up here so you can see that. Whoops, then I hit the camera. Perfect Partners. Where's Perfect Partners? I printed everything. Here it is. Perfect Partners. So what this is some of the stamp sets that are in the annual catalog or the mini. So this is in the annual, this is in the mini. That's the apple blossoms. That's the fresh cut flowers. Or this is apple harvest. And then the birthday piggy, that's annual catalog. Tree trimming, what's that called? Trimming the tree, that's in the annual catalog. Maybe all these are. No, that's the mini catalog, the Yeti. And then the waterfall dies. So what they're doing this month is they're bundling. They had dies made to match these sets. And if you order, you can order them as a bundle, the stamp set with the dies as a bundle. So you get 10% off of what the retail price would be. And that is only while the dies last. So as soon as the dies are gone, we're out of luck. So if any of those interest you, I'd be glad to help you with that. Or you can order online using this host code if it's tonight. Tomorrow I'll start a new host code and that'll go out in my email either tomorrow or the next day. I'm going to unfold that, just make it easier to get my hands around this ribbon. I have to get the ribbon just right or I can't tie it in the bow. Oh, thanks, Shirley. I'm glad you like them. That candy cane suite is so... I didn't hesitate for the paper. I hesitated for the candy cane, and I got the paper, the ribbon, everything else that goes with it. But I didn't get the bundle right away because when I look at a stamp set, I really have to think of in person. How well is it going to work for in person? And that stamp set, although I thought it was adorable, the main stamps in that are just the candy canes. Let me get it out for you so you can see. So when I'm in an in-person class and I have people sharing, I can't just have two images. Now there's a lot of words in it and those little mistletoe sprig. I did make one of my cards, maybe you noticed it, that I made with just the sprig and one of the greetings. But for this class, it's kind of like the gnomes paper in that you can cut out the candy canes with just the dies. So I'm not remembering which ones they were on. What the heck? Where's my... Well, I guess I don't have that sheet in there. Hang on. This should have been complete. I must have missed it when I was putting my packets together. But hopefully I can find a page that has candy canes on it for you. I don't actually remember what it's on the back of, or you might just have to trust me that it cuts out the candy canes. I did cut out quite a few of them, but not all of them. Okay, so here's the sheet that has the candy canes on them. See how many candy canes you can get out of this? So that's why, if you notice in my cards, a lot of them are die cut out of the paper, and that's so that my people don't have to share stamps all night and be frustrated with how long it's making to make 8 cards, because it is a stamp-a-stack, so they're going to make quite a few cards. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and trim up our ribbon a little bit. I need a better scissors. This is my sharper scissors. There we go. This didn't cut very well, so I'll cut this again like this. Has anybody started on their Christmas cards? I'd like to know. Have you started? The only way I've started is making for my classes. So which is not nothing. So I have a little stack of them started already. And let's move this bow over here. Okay, like that. Then let's go ahead and I kind of want these to crisscross like this, so I'm going to take a mini glue dot. And I'm all skewed again, so hang on. Here, let's try this again. I don't know, girls. I might have to get a whole different holder for my phone for Facebook now because it's just not working. It wants to drop my phone down, and I'm not sure why, but all right, let's try it again. Better? Okay, got a heart on that one, so I'm hoping that means it's better. Okay, so let's keep trying. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we're going to keep on keeping on. That's been my whole day. I had to drive out of town today. We're in Lincoln, Nebraska, and we're about an hour from Omaha. And I went to see a new doctor in Omaha today. And my dear husband, when he looked at the map, he told me one way to go, and GPS was telling me another way to go. And first I was doing his directions, and then I switched to GPS because I thought this doesn't feel right. I think he might have been mixed up. So I did finally get there, but it was a huge medical complex. Have you ever been in one of those and you have to drive around forever, and you can't, you don't want to cause people to be upset because they're behind you, but you don't know where you're going. So anyway, I was lucky that there wasn't very much traffic around the medical plaza itself, but I finally found it. Let's see, we want this to be up just a little bit because we're gonna get our candy canes we're gonna try and make it look like that bow's actually holding the candy canes together. So we're gonna go like this a little bit, I think like that. Okay, then we're gonna we need to do a little stamping, so I'm gonna grab my stamps, put this aside for a minute, and I'll grab the ink pad and the stamps. Well, anyway, then I got to my appointment and I was on time. I gave myself plenty of time so I wouldn't be late. Hi, Ross. So nice to see you. Santa Kit. Okay. Hi, Carol. Only Christmas cards. Hi, Margaret. I'm glad you found me tonight. Okay, going to keep going here. But anyway, so I got to the doctor's office, and it's warm here today. It's 90 degrees or a little above the high. And there was no air conditioning. Their air conditioning had gone out. And in a doctor's office, I don't know in your states, but in at least I don't think it's a state requirement, but most doctor's offices that I've been require you to wear a mask. So I was sitting in the waiting room, being very hot and flustered over, being unsure of the directions and all of that. So, fortunately, when I got into by the way, this set of dies, these are the dies, has 2 of these sprigs, so you can be die cutting 2 at a time. We're just going to use 1 on our little mistletoe. Anyway, so I'm usually cold in doctor's offices and in grocery stores during the summer, so I had worn a fairly long sleeve shirt. It's 3/4 shirt and long pants, and I was not cold in the doctor's office. I was very warm, and then with the mask on, it wasn't super fun. But then I got in to see the doctor. I liked her. As I said, she's a new doctor, so you never know. And that went well. I think my appointment went well. And I left. And I need a new iPad. So Steve had said, well, you're going to be right across from the Apple store in Omaha, so why don't you go in and see what you can find. So, getting back out of the screen. So I found my way to, it wasn't too far away, it was just a couple of miles. So went to the store, and okay, I have to backtrack. You're probably like, what are you talking about? You're just babbling on. So I got out of the doctor's appointment and I called Steve and we talked about me going ahead and going to the Apple store. So I got to the Apple store, went in, and I did buy a new iPad. By then I was like, you know what? My stamp account was going to buy this iPad because I worked hard this year. I'm still working hard, and I'm just going to get it. My current iPad just doesn't hold the charge. Like right now, it says low battery. It's like running out. I actually have to take my charger out of my phone to stick it in my iPad, and that's kind of what's been happening. So it's quite a few years old. But anyway, I treated myself to an iPad, so I'm leaving there, and the GPS is telling me the wrong way to go, as I make a long story longer. So I'm going east, and I know I should be going west. So I called Steve again and said, I think I should be going west, and the GPS is taking me east. He goes, yeah, you should be. So in his mind, he just forgot that I'd already gotten out of my doctor's appointment. In his mind, he was taking me back to the Apple store. I'm like, I was about 2 blocks from it, and I said, you're taking me back to the Apple store. Anyway, so then I had to take a lot of streets that I didn't know where I was going. Do you ever have this happen to you where it's like one thing right after another? And Omaha's a pretty large city, and there's a lot of traffic in late to mid-afternoon. So, it's just, I'm like, I got to do my Facebook Live tonight. I got to get home. I don't have time to be dinking around and getting lost. Always so frustrated. And so then, I've had to take a few wrong turns. And I didn't know where I was. So Steve was on the phone. He goes, well, tell me the name of the cross street you're at. He knows Omaha very well. I said, well, I'm not near Cross Street. You know how this goes? Does this ever happen to you guys? It's like, usually with husbands it goes this way. I'm not sure why. But anyway, so he didn't understand, it was just an episode of, one thing right after another. Eventually, I got my way out of there and got headed home. I stopped at a Casey's halfway home, and we have to do a greeting yet, so don't go away. We got to finish our greeting. And I never do this. I don't ever do this. I was so thirsty, and I hadn't eaten too much, so I was hungry. So I got a large drink from Casey's, Coke. Pure Coke, not diet, not, just, because I was so thirsty, and the ice, I just thought, I've had a challenging day. I'm gonna just do this. We're gonna take this greeting, and I even bought a piece of pizza, which I never do either. So, I sat in the air-conditioned car, and I ate a few bites of the pizza and drank quite a bit of the Coke. And by then, I'd known for quite a while where I was and how to get home from there. But it was, it was an adventure. I'm not saying I really, really want to do that again. All right, let's talk cards. Oh. Thank you, guys. I'm glad you like my card. You're the sweetest. Okay. So, we are going to, I don't do this very often because it's a little putsy, but we're going to cut up these words a little bit. That's kind of crooked. Let's try that again. I'm going to cut it up so it's not super important that it's straight, but that bottom row, I'd like for that to be straighter if I can get it straighter. Let's try it again. There we go. That's good. Garden green ink. This is basic white paper. So anyway, it was an uneventful drive the rest of the way, but I'd had enough adventures for the day. So I'm like, I'm going to do my Facebook Live. I already told the girls I'm coming on live tonight, so we're going to come on and we're going to make it work. For this kind of cutting, I like to use the long scissors. We used to sell these. I wish we did still sell them. But we're going to cut this, wishing you lots of love. This was one of my favorite cards I've made. And I really like this fun fold because it's a little novelty in that you have a card and a card, but it's very easy to do. You don't have to figure out a lot of different cutting and, you know, stuff like that. Like sometimes you do with fun folds that are very fun. They're very fun to make, but sometimes they're a labor. They can be a labor of love, but they're still a labor. I don't think I cut that close enough, so I'm going to cut that just a little bit closer. And I'm kind of trying to cut straight. It's a little wobbly though, but we're going to call it good. And then I want to cut up the rest of these. We're going to use some of the words, but not all of them. This is a technique, as I said, it's a little tedious, but it's really fun to do it. It adds a little more interest than, you know, what we usually do. What I usually do, at least. Let's call it that. So what we want is wishing you lots of love. We want those, but we're going to cut them in half so they fit on our smaller card a little bit easier. Let's go like this. Can you see me? Let me get closer. I'm going to go wishing you. Having a hard time seeing it right over the top of it. Okay, there we go. And then we just want this Christmas. So hopefully you can see that. Cut that off like so. There you go. Okay, so now you could keep this and use that on another card because that's kind of its own greeting in and of itself. So let's go. Oh, Christy, you missed a story. I don't know if it was a good story. That's okay. You can watch a replay if you really want to hear the story. And it is a story. Wishing you lots of love this Christmas. Okay, now we have another dilemma here. We have to cut this in smaller strips. For this, this is a Teflon coated scissors. I think it's a, I don't know, Busy Bee, something like that. I'm not going to use that though. So for this, I always just use strips of dimensionals that are pretty thin. I'm going to use, I don't want it quite that thin. Let's go down here. And it comes in handy for things like this. I'm going to kind of estimate how big I want that one. And then these two are pretty small. So cut that. I had hoped to have more samples of this card in a card. I do have a couple more samples, but I thought I had plenty of time to get home and show you more versions of it because you can do this with any stamp set. You know, the measurements I gave you pretty much would work for most stamp sets. Unless they're super large. If it's a really big image, maybe not so much. But I think you can make it work for most of your stamped images, which is why I like it. I tried to use somebody else's pattern and wasn't working for me, so I ended up kind of coming up with my own. Okay, and then this one, lots of love. Is that stamped with the Candy Cane kit? Kelly, the wording, yeah, everything I'm using is with the candy canes. Yep, I think that's what you're asking me, the words. There's a lot of nice words in the candy cane set. So there's Christmas cheer, and then we did this one, wishing you lots of love, joy, and happiness this Christmas and always. Candy cane and wishes and mistletoe kisses. May the good times of today become the cherished memories of tomorrow. I really like that one too. And then merry and bright. So there's lots of really good greetings. So let's go with wishing you comes first. And I really love how that turned out. You know, sometimes things come together and you're extra happy about it. Wishing you trying to stay. I realize I'm getting out of the camera again. This is just annoying me to no end. I just don't understand why Facebook just can't leave us alone. Why do they have to keep messing with stuff? Let's try that. See if that's any better. Okay. I'm trying not to be crabby. It's just been the day. The day from you know where. Wishing you lots of love. Well, the one thing, it has to get better. You know, being annoyed with getting lost is the worst of my troubles, and having Facebook Live messing up my view for you guys, I think we can live with that. Many, many blessings. Okay, so there you go with that one. What do you think of that? I really am happy with the way that turned out. I was kind of excited to share it with you. And then, thank you for the hearts, you guys. I really appreciate it. And let me show you a couple of other ones if I can find them. Okay, so this is one I did with the gnomes. Now, it's kind of similar to the one we're making for the class. Oh, darn it, there we go. Oh, okay, let's get up here. Huh. And, you know, the gnome's kind of cute. There's a Christmas greeting in it, but it has thank you and you know me, so we'll have some cute greetings. So there's that one. And then I did another one completely, you know, with the flowers. Don't you love these flowers from the Happiness Always stamp set? These are a bunch I had cut out. If you watched me a couple months ago, I was making a gift bag for my niece's wedding for her gift card, and I cut out a lot of these flowers. So all I did was open up my little bin of flowers. And this is this whole view of just a hot mess. I'm going to try and have this figured out by next week. I thought I had it figured out, but it's just a mess. Total hot mess. Now I touched a button. All right, hang on. We can fix this. There we go. Oh, thanks, you guys. Thanks. I'm so glad you're enjoying the card. Oops. I'm still upside down. There. Okay, well, I guess I need to practice a little bit harder. Oh my gosh. You know, I just didn't want to give up my Facebook Live tonight. So I'm glad you enjoy the cards very much. Thank you so much. If you haven't followed my Facebook page, liked and followed it, make sure that you do so that you get notifications when I go live. And again, if you're on YouTube watching, I'll put, hi Char, let me put in here really quick another link to register for the Candy Cane class if you want to. And if you're watching on YouTube, I got to get this copied. I can't talk and do this at the same time. I will put it in the video description. If you're watching on YouTube, it'll be in the video description. I will also, I'm putting in the comments now to register for the Candy Cane class in case you haven't. It's a stamp a stack, so you make 8 cards. This one is for this week. You make 5 cards, and for all these you get products with them. This is just a sample so you can see what we're doing. And if you haven't signed up for my email list, let me put that link in here too. So there's going to be all kinds of links. And again, if you're watching on YouTube, I will have my link to my email because I also send my free tutorials in my weekly newsletter. So in fact, I have this one. I have this one all done for this card. So it's done. It's already entered into the email. And so this way you get exactly what I used, what the number is, what the cost is, if you're interested. And then I give step-by-step directions that are written. And then I also usually try to put in a photo if I don't think it's clear, because this doesn't necessarily look like a card in a card, but I put in an extra photo. Can you see that? So you can see, trying to get in the camera. So it's helpful. Hopefully it's helpful. But I try to make it clear for you. And of course you always have the video tutorial that you can go back and watch it on the video tutorial. Okay, let me bring up this camera if I can. I don't know if I can even make this work. I'll try. And now you're going to see my outside, and now you're going to see me. Oh, thanks for sticking with me through that adventure on Facebook Live tonight. We always have an adventure, but tonight was a little more adventurous than normal, because that's kind of how my whole day has gone. But I appreciate you. Thanks for spending time with me. I really appreciate that you do. I appreciate your support. Thank you for your orders and purchasing my classes, or just watching. When you watch and comment and like and give hearts and all of that, that all is helpful to me, and I'm very grateful to have you as my friends. I hope you'll come back next time. I'm going to plan on next Wednesday, but watch your notices, because it might end up being Tuesday again. I think it'll be Wednesday though. So I'll see you next week. Thanks everybody. Bye-bye.